My name is Kevin Harley, and I'm here with Elder Dane T. Cunningham, and this is Embrace Relationships Television. We're here to talk about relationships. Now first, Elder, tell us about your first book, Take a Look Within.
Take a Look Within is a biblical perspective on why we do what we do. I use Samson as a character to draw from in the book. Now, when most people think about Samson, they think about Delilah. But what they don't realize is that Samson had two other women that were just like Delilah. In other words, all three women had the same character but a different personality. Although Delilah betrayed Samson, he has to accept responsibility because that was the third time that he chose someone who was just like Delilah. Have we also made the same choices over and over and over again? It's almost like a police officer stopping you for running a red light or for a speeding violation, and then you get upset with the police officer for giving you a ticket. You have to accept responsibility for the traffic violation. In the same way, in our relationships, we have to accept responsibility for what we do. While it may be true that Delilah contributed in terms of the betrayal, Samson actually chose her. What we have to realize is that when we take a look within, we got to use the mirror of the Bible in order to understand why we're doing what we're doing, and then we can examine ourselves and then become the best people that we can be.
That's good, Elder. You also wrote another book called Risky Relationships, didn't you?
That's correct. Risky Relationships is an insightful look into success and failure in relationships. Now, Risky Relationships is a little bit different from Take a Look Within, because in Take a Look Within, I used the character of Samson to use an analogy on how we need to look at relationships. But in Risky Relationships, I used the character of David. Now, David's character was an illustration on how in relationships, God needs to be first, purpose needs to be second, and as a result of being focused on God and purpose, relationships flows from that point forward. It's just like business partners. The thing that business partners have in common is the fact that they share the same goal as it relates to their business. In the same way, in our relationships will have a cement, they will have a connection when they share a same sense of purpose. In other words, we need to choose relationships based on God and our purpose, not just based on our desire. Because when we choose relationships based on our desire, we actually allow our flesh to get in the way, and we can actually abort our purpose. So what we need to understand that in all of our relationships, there needs to be God first, a sense of purpose, and then the relationships will flow from that point forward. And when we look at both Take a Look Within and Risky Relationships, they both are a biblical perspective on relationships that will give us a better understanding on how we can have successful relationships in God.
And there you have it. I'm Kevin Harley, here with Elder Dane T. Cunningham, and you've been watching Embrace Relationships Television. See you next time.